walking in to do a Grief to Life one-day session right now. But we're actually going to mix it up, as I like to mix it up every week, do something a little bit differently. And we're going to do a little bit of what I say is a pattern interrupt. And pattern interrupts are so important for us to develop that resiliency, to be able to adjust and pivot at times, because life presents many pivots. For instance, when a loved one dies, it upends our life. It shifts how we're living, how we're thinking, our feelings. So the pattern interrupts are important for that reason, to be able to adapt when situations in life change. So today's pattern interrupt, we're going to go back to the root of the beginning and just ask people, what does grief mean to you? And there's not a right or wrong answer. Just want to get people thinking, as opposed to just feeling I'm grieving and knowing that I don't like this. But what is it? All right, and having an understanding, because I found that when we start to understand something, or at least think about it, to have some type of understanding, it helps us, because we start to take some kind of control when we understand it. We're like, oh, I know why this is. But we aren't always tasked in grief with that question of what is grief and why are we experiencing it? And many people just go along with it, go along for the ride. What ride are we on? And why are we on this ride? So the pattern interrupt we're doing today is going to be asking people, what is grief to you? How would you define grief to someone else? I think it's going to be powerful. Of course, I have my own definition for it from the years of working with people and also experiencing it myself. But I'll share it with the group later on. Actually, for you that's watching, maybe you won't be on the session. But first, think about that question for yourself. What is grief? Now, how I've come to term it, and it usually has encompassed everything that people are saying, but it is pain, because we can admit that it's painful. It is pain, and the immense pain, the intense pain that we feel because of separation. Now, this is important because it gives us a reason why we're experiencing this pain, because of separation. And when someone has died, that is separation. We're no longer with them. We no longer have the opportunity to laugh with them, to go hang out with them, to tell funny stories. So it's a pain we feel due to separation. And this is what explains why we actually grieve for a multitude of reasons. Because we grieve when someone's died, but then we also can grieve when we go through divorce, or in other instances when a loved one may just move away or something like that. So there's many instances where we can experience grief and that pain due to separation. And just turn it back even to the gospel, this is why the world, I say, is actually even grieving, because of the separation that we experience from our source, from our creator, from God, due to sin. Because sin, it says the wages of sin is death, and that's separation. So sin brought about a separation from the eternal source that we actually need. So that's the importance and why Jesus had to die on the cross, to pay the debt for our sin and to reconcile. Reconcile means to be brought back into alignment, to reconcile us with our Father. So the world grieves today, and Christ is the only answer.